Jackson Radio Show.
Executive order was mean-spirited and un-American. It was implemented in a way that created chaos and confusion across the country, and it will only serve to embolden and inspire those around the globe who will do us harm.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. That was Chuck Schumer crying like a baby when Donald Trump issued an executive order saying that he wanted to essentially reinstitute the very same executive order, travel ban from Muslim countries that Barack Obama did. And Schumer gets up there and cries about it. And it's a theatrical performance. Like I told you, DC is Hollywood for ugly people. Chuck wanted an Oscar. He wanted Hollywood to recognize. Invite me to the next party so we can talk about how you were so moving. You remember that scene you did where you cried? After Donald Trump did the same thing Barack Obama did, but in that scene you conjured up the tears and you cried. Oh my goodness. Chuck, it was so believable. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks, Ashley. Maybe you could put me in one of your films. It's all contrived. It's sad to believe that we live in a country that is so great as this. And when legislators get together, particularly on the left, they get together to scheme. How do we fool you into believing something, into believing the non-believable? How do we get you to commit to some crazy way of thinking that nobody else would commit? How do we convince you to like Obamacare when we know it's bad for you? Jerry Hudson of the SEIU, how do we convince black people, white union members to go along? I can convince blacks. They're stupid. That's what Jerry Hudson essentially said. But it's the white people I got to get. When the left conspires to win over middle-class white America, it isn't with policy. It's with trickery. What can I say to you to make you believe that I'm really not favoring blacks and Hispanics and Muslims and women and gays over you, white men? Oh, and white conservative women. When I speak of feminism and paying for birth control and how bad men are, and that you don't believe that, how can I make you believe that without really making it seem like I don't really like you? That's what this is all about. It's about tricking people into believing in a crazy ideology that makes no sense. It doesn't make sense on paper. It doesn't make sense in reality. Oh, yeah, so let's let people in, thwarting a legal system. It isn't like America hates foreigners, but they tell you we do. Oh, you're xenophobic. You hate other cultures. You hate other people that are coming from other countries. No, far from it. Show me a conservative who goes, oh man, they let people, dang it, what's with all these foreigners? What's with all these Guatemalans? What's with all these Panamanians? What's with all these Puerto Ricans? What's with all these Scandinavians coming here? We embrace it. We love it. We hang out with them. We go to party. Oh, you remember Sven? Yeah, that tall white dude with the blue eyes and the blonde hair, good looking dude, look like Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, him. You know he's gay. What? I didn't even know. Jeez. You never know, huh? That's the kind of stuff we say. But we're happy that they're here. And when you meet one, you know who really gets enthused when we meet somebody from another country or whatever? Us, conservatives. We're like, really, man? So tell me, what's it like? If you haven't been to the country, even if you've been, you might go, man, I was over there, like, I don't know, it's been like 20 years. Things changed? Oh, it's very, very different than when you were there, Kevin. It's amazing, man. Talked to a guy the other day. He's from New Zealand. Kiwi. I made him mad. I accused him of being Australian. He hadn't said enough for me to check the accent. But, I'm talking to the guy, and I'm curious about his culture. He's a woodworker. takes wood and makes beautiful things from it. I go, man, how long have you been doing that? He goes, well, Kevin, I go back into it, he's Australian, he's a Kiwi. See, I keep calling him Australian. His New Zealander accent. He's like, yeah, got back into it, about 3 years ago, started doing the blah, 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 and everything. And I learned, he goes, oh, I did it as a child. And he goes, and then I did it, and then, hey, I started travel the world for a bit, Then I moved to the United States, got married, blah, blah, blah. And now I got into it, man. I'm pretty good at it. I got a website and all that, It's like, wow, cool. I want to go see your work. I was at his house. All the wood. You go there, you're like, man, you got some wood. He's like, yeah, I just came back from the Midwest, man. Got a bunch of new wood, got some wood, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I saw some beautiful burl out there. He's like, yeah, got lucky there. It's like, wow. Tell me about it. Can I come watch you work? Sure. I'll make you something. I'm fascinated. You're fascinated. We are far from not liking these people. We want to go over and check out their culture, see what they're about. And we love it when we go to Chinatown, or we go to Little Italy, or the Hill in St. Louis, or wherever. Bosnian town, Ethiopian town. We love it. We love the culture of it. But you know what we love best? When they have that culture and it's integrated into America. Not separated, not segregated. What the left does is they got Ethiopia town and they say, put an Ethiopian in charge, and then let's make their politics the politics of Ethiopians, not the politics of Americans. That's what they do. That's what they've allowed every culture to come into America to do. Come here, be who you want to be. To heck with what America wants of you. We don't care. Your culture was so good you left it and you came here. Why shouldn't we, capitulate to you instead of the other way around? Why not? Sure. Makes sense to me. Allahu Akbar. Famous last words. You hear those words, boy, you better be hitting the deck. And make sure it's not a truck coming. You know what that means? What it's translated? It means God is greatest. Allahu Akbar. Great saying. Innocuous. You hear somebody say in their religion, in their tongue, Allahu Akbar, God is greatest. The normal thing would be, you're right. God is great, man. We say it all the time. Black people say, when we talk to each other on the phone, we be like, God is good. And you know what black people say after that? I'm going to help you white folks. When you hear some black person say God is good, you say all the time. And then black people know you know something. They know you're part of the, the clique. I'm telling my boys here, they're looking at me like, yeah, when I say God is good, y'all know what to say, right? All the time. Yeah. And you can't go like all the time. No, God is good all the time. All the time. Yeah. These guys are cracking me up because they know how to say it. Because that's what we say around here. God is good all the time. And you'll get a smile from a black person when you say that because they'll know you hanging around black folks. God is good all the time. Like Billy D. Williams. Like I got a Colt 45 in my hand. God is good all the time. Take a drink. Oh, man. Excuse me. But look, can you imagine in the Middle East if every time a Christian said God is good and we blew up people? We started mowing them down, running over them, shooting them, knifing them. God is good. Oh, go everybody run, run. What would the left say if that's what we did? Would they come out and make excuses for our religion? Oh, well, everybody in Christianity is not like that. It's only a small group of these Christians that are doing that. Look, they looked for one Tea Party racist for years. They condemned the entire movement because they were looking for one Tea Party racist. Can you imagine if the conservative movement, the Confederate flag wearers were to go out and do a fraction of what the Muslims do on a daily basis? I gave you the numbers. What would these fools say? Would they be protecting us? Shoot. I mean, we're good folks. We're the people that keep our kids out of jail, keep the our daughters out of strip clubs, our sons out of them as well, right? And these people act like we're pariahs. They act like we are the scourge of the earth. You can trust us. We're the ones that'll stop you on the road and help you. They're the ones that'll shoot you and take your wallet and take your car when you do that. But they say we're the bad guys. Our moral compass bothers them to such a degree they want to give us no credit whatsoever. They don't credit us for how good our kids are. They don't credit us for our businesses. They don't credit us for being the moral compass of this country. They can't stand us. And they would rather have somebody yelling Allahu Akbar and killing people on Halloween, a celebratory night.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.